Hello, Alex. Hello there. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. That's okay. I understand it could be intimidating talking to a therapist, let alone a giant therapist. So, I appreciate your willingness to come here today. Of course. I'd do anything for Sadie. Who's Sadie? My girlfriend. You really care for Sadie, don't you? Yes. More than anything. So, what brings you here today, Alex? Sadie thinks I should go to counseling. Why does she want you to go to counseling? Because of my trauma and my anxiety attacks. You have anxiety attacks? Yes. I understand it's difficult to share about traumatic experiences, so I don't want you to feel uncomfortable in here. Don't feel forced to share if it's too much for you. No, that's okay. I think this is good for me to do. I need this. Okay. So, Alex, what can you share with me about your experiences? It was a few years ago, after I graduated college. I was curious about meeting other giants. I've always been drawn to them, I guess. Maybe it's because of how bigger and stronger they were compared to me. Maybe subconsciously I wanted that. I wanted to experience that. I never felt sure about myself, even around other humans. I wanted to interact with them, learn more about them. And so, I met a few giantesses. They seemed nice at first, but something seemed off. I should have listened to my instincts. Would have saved me a lot of trouble then. But I just ignored it. I thought maybe it was just nervousness. It started with them making jokes about my height. At first I thought it was just basic dominatrix humiliation stuff. But it just kept escalating. One liked to lick me, kept saying that she was going to eat me, and kept showing me her teeth, biting down, indicating what she would do to me. Other times, she would threaten to crush me. And there were times where she would put lots of pressure on me with her foot. And at the back of my mind, I thought, what if I was going to die? Sometimes she brought other giant friends over, and they took turns teasing me, putting me into a cage that was so small and compact. Other times they would force me to kiss, massage their feet, put me in their shoes, and threaten to walk with me inside them. I gag at the smell of shoes. There are nights when I smell it again, and it takes me right back to... And I can remember how tired my arms were from massaging them all night. I begged to rest, but they kept pushing me. They kept forcing me to massage them until I was dead tired. Until I couldn't do it anymore. And I was crying. That cage that they put me in, sometimes it dug into my skin. It was like I was just a pet to them, for their amusement. They even fed me birdseed. There were times that I just couldn't stomach it. But I had to eat something. And there were times when they'd use me as a toy. I wasn't an equal in their eyes. I was afraid I was going to die there. After 2 weeks of being kept in that cage, I had to escape. I slipped out while she was in the shower. I don't know how I did it, but I somehow made it back to my apartment. But a little time after, it grew harder and harder for me to get a good night's sleep. I was afraid that they would find me again, to take me back, use me, or kill me. And people would never find me again. It's hard for me to not think of myself as insignificant after being told constantly how small and worthless I am. And then I met Sadie. She's so sweet and kind. I admit it was difficult for me at first to trust her, with her being a giantess, and given my last encounter with giants. It was really difficult trusting her. But the more time I spent with her, the more comfortable I got. But the thoughts didn't stop.
Since you're so smart, you're so helpless and so humiliated for being less than a man.
One single thing. And when you're gone, no one's gonna miss you.
You're so vulnerable. Look at you. So today, pass it around. I try to escape with him. It's useless. Short stuff. Why don't you come in here? I want to show you my new heel.
Do you know what I like to do to people as tiny as you?
No.
I like to step on
Chew
it.
in my mouth. Chew in my mouth and sliding down the back of my throat. You. Clean in between my toes. Into my stomach. Kiss it while you're at it too.
Sometimes when I'm reminded of what happened to me, I get racing thoughts. My head hurts. It gets hard to breathe, and my heart races. It's like I'm trapped in a tornado. Sometimes I can calm myself, but most times I can't. Sadie's very understanding. When I get like that, she stays at my side, holds me in her hand, never putting too much pressure on me. And I hang on to her, riding out the panic attack. Sometimes she tells me it's okay. Sometimes she sings to me, assures me, kisses me, strokes me. I never had anyone, not even a giant, do that for me. She gets me through my attacks because I love Sadie so much. But sometimes I wonder, what can I offer her? I struggle not thinking of myself as insignificant around her. I know Sadie's not like them. And I'm grateful that she took me in. It helped me realize that not all giants are like that. But the thoughts keep coming. And I feel like a burden to her. I don't want to be a burden to her. That must have been very difficult to share, Alex. Thank you for sharing.